Alright guys, it's Ricky here, welcome back to the channel. And listen, this video is going to be all on how you can create a client dashboard inside of ClickUp. And if this is the first time that you see me, welcome, my name is Enrique and I'm of course the one that is running this channel, as you can probably see. But the reality is that in this channel we talk everything that has to do with operations, client acquisition, and everything that has to do with marketing for coaches, consultants, marketing agencies, etc. Okay? And something that I've noticed is that a lot of people have a very big problem when it comes to reporting, fulfillment, operations at scale. Because things might be easy when you have 1, 2, 3 clients, but the moment that you start to have 3, 4, 5, 6 clients, it's hard to keep a personalized communication cadence as well as an actual unique experience for your clients, okay? So what I want to do in this video is actually show you how we're managing our agency clients in a way that not only allows them to have quick access to all of the relevant resources that they are using, but most importantly for them to actually see the value of what we're doing for them so that they can stick for longer, reduce churn, etc. So before we do that, guys, the first thing that I want to tell you is that all of my knowledge in how to leverage ClickUp to our advantage as agency owners and as coaches, consultants, comes from the guys of ClickUp. Okay, ClickUp is an agency that helps other agencies manage operations on ClickUp, and I just want to give credit where credit is due. That said, the actual way in which I set up this client dashboard is something that I did for myself, and that I just want to have super clear for you guys to actually leverage in case that you are interested in. The first thing that I want to do is essentially, before I show you the actual dashboard and how it works for the different clients that you might have, is show you the high level hierarchy that you're going to set up on your ClickUp account, okay? This is what I took from the guys of ClickUp. They actually recommend having a delivery space where you have everything that has to do with fulfillment, with making sure your clients are getting results, that things are actually working really well, etc. You're going to have another folder that has to do with growth, which is everything that has to do precisely with that, aka marketing, sales, your actual CRM, if that's something that you're using, which you should. Another different space for operations, and I like to have what I call a knowledge base, that is just a space where I keep tracking, where I host all of the different SOPs, processes. It's like essentially like a library of all of the information that is relevant for my agency so that I can just, whenever I need it, well, use it, okay? Makes sense? So that way, when I have a new team that I need to have onboarded, they can see the SOPs on everything, okay? So everything starts with this folder. This folder is what is called the new partner template. So every single time that I get a client that is on my agency done for you service, I just duplicate this folder inside of the delivery space so that I don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's the first thing that I gotta say, okay? Number 2, guys, is, and this is super important, you need to actually set this up the right way, because if you have a coaching or consulting business, you don't need to have a new folder for every client, because of course you're not going to have 100 folders. In coaching or consulting companies, because I know that my audience here on YouTube is mostly coaches and consultants, you are having more of a productized service that doesn't require so much done for you execution. If you have a coaching business, instead of you having, and actually let me see if I can draw, if you have a coaching business, okay, you can have one client equal a list or even a task. And if you have an agency, one client can equal or should equal a folder, okay? That's pretty straightforward. As a matter of fact, I'm a good example for both of these, right? Because I have a coaching / licensing business that is more tailored for beginners, people who are below 10 to 15K per month, where I can have my clients as tasks inside of one single folder that is, you can see, like this one. And I have a separate agency where I charge retainers and do profit shares with my clients that I help him in a more done-for-you fashion, that those people I do keep in my folder level, okay? That out of the way, guys, because I know that this has been already a very big intro. Let's just get into the actual dashboard, okay? So something that I started to do is, at a folder level, I keep this document that essentially it has the main dashboard that gives our client access to everything that is managed in this dashboard. And I also have a separate, in the same dashboard or in the same document, I have a separate list that is called appointment setter. So the appointment setter can have access to all of the appointment setting scripts that are specific for this client, the KPIs and sales tracker for this client, the CRM for this client. He also has access to a daily workflow so that he knows what to do, how to all around everything. He also knows how to enter the reports, etc. Even the e-learning material for the appointment setter training, the community, etc. You see, we basically have a unique document inside of this folder that gives the client access to everything. And what you can do is, once you set up this folder, you can just copy the public link so that you can essentially, and this is what the actual client sees. Let me show you. Of course, I will not be revealing any client information. What the client sees is essentially all of this, okay? In one single dashboard, he's going to have access to the Google Drive folder, where we share our assets, our resources for paid ads, for the creatives, for the scripts, for the CRM, etc. On a separate button, he has access to e-learning material inside of the Facebook group, which is going to show him all of the different course material that walks into everything related to our program, so on and so forth, okay? He also gets access to a client community and to the coaching calls that we do in a group fashion with all of our clients, okay? So for him, this is just like incredible. And if you've run an agency, you should set up something like this, because then your client can see at a glance everything that is in the works. And not only that, if you even have more done for you aspects outside of just booking meetings and closing deals and the actual content creation, you can do reporting inside of this same dashboard, so that the client at any given time knows how much money is being spent on ads, the actual leads that you're getting, the cost per lead, the cost per book call, the cost per acquisition, etc. Same thing happens over here with the appointment setter. With the appointment setter, I actually have an onboarding training that we take all of our appointment setters through, so that they can actually hit and perform on KPIs and make sure that everything's working well. They can also have access to key assets for them to perform, for example, appointment setting scripts, so they can actually effectively do the work of an appointment setter. In which, by the way, if you want me to make a video on how to onboard, manage, train, hire appointment setters, let me know in the comments, and also the daily workflow, etc. So this dashboard is super simple to make. All you guys need to do is create a view inside of your client's folder, and that view is going to be a doc. That doc is going to have everything that you want to share with the client, and then what you do is that you share this view with your client. From that point forward, all you gotta do is share that with the client for them to see all of the relevant assets, and then you actually look more professional in the eyes of your client. Make sense? So that's the first thing that I would say. The second thing that I would say is that this actual dashboard, if you wanted to, I'm a really simple guy, so I honestly don't change the cover or anything. But if you really wanted to, what you could do is actually have here your logo or something like that, so it looks even more appropriate, more relevant. This video is not going to be so much on how to set up ClickUp, etc. It's mostly how you can create this client dashboard. Essentially, like I was saying, create a view from which you're going to create a doc. And ultimately, from this doc, you're going to add everything that you want. For example, let me show you. If you wanted to, I don't know. If you wanted to add a button, you simply add the button here. If you wanted to add some text, you add the text, etc. Like, it's really, really straightforward, really simple, but really, really professional in the eyes of your client, which is ultimately the goal, okay? And the beauty of this is that, like I was saying at the beginning, if you actually set this up the right way, in your knowledge base, you can just have the main doc, so that every time you get a client, they have all of this set up already. All you gotta change is like that, a specific CRM for that client, or the specific KPI tracker for that client, or the specific appointment setting script for that client. Make sense? Super simple, super straightforward, but again, super highly effective. That out of the way, just let's end the video here and see you guys in the next one. Bye.